Hello, everybody. I'm Brett McDermott. Welcome to Doing Big Things. Today, we're going to talk about how to find your why and how to get unstuck. And I think it's a really important topic. And, if you're feeling stuck in your career, it's because you have no momentum, probably, whether it's forward or backward. You're feeling a little stationary yet. You might be caught between the tension of knowing that you no longer want to do the work you've been doing, that you have no idea what you would like to do for work. You're in limbo. It's not a fun feeling. You may even know what you want to do for work, but the fear of taking a step forward into the unknown outweighs the fear of remaining miserable because at least that feeling is familiar. You basically feel like you're stuck in purgatory. Now, you also feel stuck because it might be the first time in your life you're recognizing your desire for something more than you have been doing. You're tired of doing what you are supposed to do and now want to explore what it is you want to do. Now, these feelings can come upon us in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, but I think it's important whenever they hit us that we don't ignore them. And I think that is basically when it's time to really explore and find our why. So, what is your why? I would say your why is a statement of purpose that describes why you do the work you do and why you live the lifestyle you do. It's your calling, it's your conviction, it's your mission statement. It's a vision of your life and work. It's a thread of your career story. It's your core source of motivation. It's basically the reference point for all your decisions and actions. It defines who you are and what makes you productive. It's the reason for your life's work. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or unfulfilled, it's because you most likely don't have a clear understanding of your why. You're working to live up to someone else's why. Maybe it's your boss, maybe it's your father, maybe it's somebody else. And it's because it's in absence of your own why that you're feeling unfulfilled. You're out of alignment with your own unique purpose. And let me guarantee you guys, you all have a unique purpose on this planet. Right now, you have infinite choices about the type of work that you can do and how you can do it. But if you want to be fulfilled, successful, and gain mastery, then you can really only choose one type of work. So of all the different types of work available to you, why did you choose what you're doing right now? You might respond by saying, I needed a job out of college and started paying off my student loans. I didn't know what else to do. So I just took this job because I needed one. I fell into this career path and I kind of liked it. I do what I do because I felt pressure to follow my mom or dad's footsteps. I thought it was a career path that paid well and could offer me financial security. These are all reasons for your decisions for work you currently do, but they aren't your why. And they are perfectly valid reasons, don't get me wrong, but they are external pressures that forced you to make a choice that wasn't on your terms. Your why comes from within you, within your soul. It's there, guys. We got to find it. It's a feeling that compels you to do the work you want to do, even if it requires short-term sacrifice. You'll struggle with thoughts of self-doubt, no doubt about that. You might not make much money right away. Your loved ones might not support your decision. You might suffer several failures before you experience success. But regardless of those sacrifices, you still feel driven to pursue the work you really want to do because it gives you meaning. You can't imagine doing anything else. This work is an expression of your true identity. It is your purpose in life. That's your why, guys. That's what it is to me anyway. Your why provides stability and direction in the chaos of life. It makes you grow by giving. And it's a beautiful thing. Money is the result of our work. And it's our why that, but it's our why that fuels our work. Our why is the driving force behind why you want to redesign your lifestyle. So money is the result, but it's not the why, guys. And if it is the why, you're going to burn out. Basically, it provides an explanation about why you want to do the work you've always wanted to do. And that's important, guys, because just to say, I want to do this career, just to say, I want to be a videographer is not good enough. We got to go one layer deeper. Why do we want to be a videographer? What is the service that we're going to be providing? How are we going to be helping people? And that's going to keep us going towards that goal. So, let's talk about how to find that why. So, I think first, let me establish some expectations. If you have no idea what your why is right now, you're not going to magically discover in the next hour, for what it is. For most people, it takes months or years. It's not like looking for your lost keys. It's a process. To find your why, you need to begin a practice of self-awareness. And I think my top recommendation for starting a self-awareness practice is by writing out your thoughts, feelings, and actions on a daily basis. I truly believe everyone has a why. It's hidden in the patterns of our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors. But the vast majority of people tell me they don't know what their why is. It's because they haven't put in the effort to track and analyze their patterns. Everyone's why is hidden in a different place and can be uncovered in many different ways. So here are the most common areas of your life to start looking. And I want you to start journaling about these things on a regular basis. And after a few weeks to a month, multiple months, I think you'll find the patterns and you'll find your why. Your values. Your values are your personal code of conduct. They are your core beliefs that guide your actions, behaviors, and your interactions with the world. I want you to start journaling on these values. Maybe it's service, maybe it's integrity. Start thinking about what your values are and start journaling on them. Your motivations. Now, your motivations are basically the actions you feel compelled to take to express your why. It's what gets you excited to work without having to give into external pressures from others. They're the actions you enjoy immensely and make you feel satisfied. Your passions. Your passions are your interests that constantly leave you wanting more. You want to spend more time experiencing them than you're currently able to do. You basically can't stop thinking about them. You might even be considered somewhat of an expert by your friends and your family. Start journaling on what your various passions are. How about your strengths? Now, your strengths encompass your natural abilities, your talents, your hard skills, your soft skills, and other life skills. They are your natural tendencies for work. They are tasks that come easy to you and feel satisfying when you complete them. Sometimes you wonder how anyone else could even have any difficulty completing them because they're so effortless to you. What are your strengths? Start sifting through these, start journaling on these, and figure out what they are. There's also actually a great test online you can take called StrengthsFinder 2.0 assessment. I'd highly recommend. Conducting self-experiments. I believe the most beneficial method of learning about yourself is discover your why through self-experimentation. It enables you to challenge your assumptions and gain many new perspectives about yourself and your patterns. The goal, basically, of a self-experimentation is to kind of challenge yourself a little bit. So I'll leave some examples of this in the notes, but I definitely want you to start doing some of these self-experiments. Here's another one. Track your thoughts. As part of starting a daily writing habit, to become more self-aware, consider only tracking your most recurring thoughts. Often we have trouble keeping the stuff we care about the most off of our minds, but you might even be surprised how frequently you're thinking about something. It could be your why, and you didn't even know it. So start tracking those thoughts when you're journaling. Think about what was my most recurring thought over the last 24 hours. Analyzing the thread of your career. Look back over the course of your career and look for the common threads like the reason you were drawn to the jobs you held, your most rewarding work accomplishments, compliments colleagues gave you about your work, circumstances that made you feel productive, and also your favorite work tasks. Once you've made a list of each of the above, read each statement and ask yourself why. That simple question will get you to dig deeper so that you can discover your own why. And another one you can do is ask your inner circle. Sometimes we're always the last to know something about ourselves. Our trusted inner circle of family, friends, and colleagues often see something in us that we don't even see. So here's some good questions to ask yourself while you're journaling and while you're looking to discover your why. What gets you excited and what can't you stop thinking about? Is there a problem or a challenge that emotionally moves you to take action? What kind of work would give you a sense of satisfaction or fulfillment? What aspect of your career have you enjoyed across all your past experiences? And what kind of work feels effortless to you but drives your curiosity to learn more? So these are all things that I think are going to help you to find your why, but it's really going to come down to you doing the work. These are all topics you can explore and write about, but if you're not sitting down a few times a week and journaling about your passions, about your strengths, about your recurring thoughts, then you're probably not going to find it. what I would think we're really going for here is I think at the end of all this, 2 weeks, 2 months down the road, I think we should really try and have a definitive why statement, a compelling higher purpose that inspires us to act in spite of the resistance. So a why statement is basically something that's simple, short, easy to understand, doesn't include what's the tangible things we do. It's clear. It can be understood without further explanation. Now, here's a few examples of what I'm talking about. My why is to leave a positive impact on people's lives so that they can realize their true potential. Or my why is to consistently grow, develop, and challenge myself so that I can be better than the person I was the day before. Let's all search for this concise why statement. This is the goal on the other side of those weeks and months of journaling. And once we have that statement that we can look towards in the morning, we can look towards in the evening, we can look towards in the middle of the day in those points of resistance where we don't feel like working anymore, well, then you're unstoppable, guys. Because the people that do the biggest things on this planet are the ones that are most intimately connected with their why. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I hope you got something from it. I encourage you, start journaling every morning or at least a few times a week about your why. You'll find it. It might take a few weeks to a few months, but I guarantee you, if you search, you will find your why, and it'll be the fuel. It'll be the fuel in your life to help you do big things. I'll see you next week, guys. And until then, get out there and do some big things, guys. Take care.